Good morning, evening, and afternoon. I am the Professional Killer, and in this video, I am going to be covering some of the most common mistakes that players are making and how we can fix them. If you're new here, then welcome. I upload Halo content daily. If you want to elevate your gameplay, be sure to check out my channel for more tips and tricks and guides. If you'd like to chat with me, you can catch me on my live stream here on YouTube and Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday. Links to all my socials are down below. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first mistake, and I am also guilty of this, is not maintaining a positive mindset. Being in a positive or negative mindset influences your play ability. If you've ever heard someone say that they are tilted, then that means they are extremely aggravated and therefore cannot seem to perform at their best and or normal level of play. Everybody at some point will be tilted, especially if you're playing Halo and dealing with the desync and server lag. But I digress. You need to be aware of your mindset while playing. Literally everything around you contributes to your overall mindset. Some factors that can contribute to a negative mindset are server issues, toxic opponents, toxic teammates, or even outside distractions. So tell your wife and or girlfriend to leave you the hell alone while you play. Kidding. So let's fix your mindset. If you are in a match and everything just seems to be going bad or completely against you, like your shots aren't landing, your team is just all over the place, you're being teabagged, the best way to combat this is at first realizing it and then altering your gameplay style. What I mean by that is play slower, less aggressively. So instead of just downright sprinting back into an area, trying to get back in the action, focus on regrouping with your teammates and playing from the back. Let your teammates take the front line while you focus on getting shots on target. Once you start getting some assists and kills, it will help bring your confidence back up and increase your overall mindset. Also, once your mindset is back up and you start to slay out, be sure to teabag that same guy that was doing it to you for an even bigger morale boost. So let's talk about when your team is getting steamrolled the first half of the match. The two hardest modes to come away with a big comeback victory are Slayer and Capture the Flag, due to Slayer being about kills and Capture the Flag having an overall time limit. However, in Strongholds, if your team has 0 points and the enemy has 249 points, it is possible to score 250 points straight without your opponent being able to score that last point. The same applies for Oddball. It is possible to hold your opponent to 99 points as you gain 100 points straight. Now, I'm going to focus on your own toxic teammates. This is Halo. So at some point, you're going to encounter a teammate that just thinks they are the best player in the world, and that everything you and your other teammates are doing is just plain wrong. The best thing to do here is mute them. They are going to do nothing but bring the overall performance down of the team, and listening to them is just going to aggravate you even more. So cut them off. Continue to ping locations to help your other teammates. Okay, so that was a lot for the first mistake, but your mindset impacts your playing ability, so it's something that needs to be made aware of. So the second mistake I want to cover is tunnel vision. Whether it be the objective or getting that kill, you need to train yourself to constantly be observing the entire landscape in front of you. Say you run up on someone and engage in a firefight. You and your opponent's shields get popped and your enemy ducks around a corner. You know he's one shot and you really want that kill, especially after you put in all that work. Therefore, you tunnel vision and begin to push that corner. You are so focused on that corner that you don't see his teammate on the far left side of your screen. Before you can even round that corner, his teammate shoots you and goes down. So let's fix that. First, don't blindly sprint around the map. There's not much of a speed difference between sprinting and the normal run. Second, moving a little slower allows you to really observe the entire area, thus making it less likely that you will miss something. You need to constantly be checking every area of your screen until you engage with someone. Once you've engaged, focus on your enemy to ensure accuracy and let your peripheral vision handle the extra awareness. It's natural that once a shield is popped, a player will attempt to duck behind cover for survivability. This is when you need to take a breath and observe the area before you even begin to push that corner. Keep in mind, this is just a general scenario. If you are alone, you shouldn't push that corner regardless, and instead you should flank from a different angle. So let's talk about tunnel visioning the objective. This is when you're so focused on securing that zone, grabbing the flag or grabbing the ball that you ignore everything else going on around you. Let's cover them one by one. Strongholds, 3 zones. Each map, control 2 zones to accumulate points, control all 3 for double the speed. Tunnel visioning in Strongholds is this never-ending zone rotation. 3 or 4 members will rotate to Zone A, secure it. Then all go towards Zone B, secure it. Then all go towards Zone C, secure it. And on and on and on. You keep rotating and then look down to see that the enemy has 170 points and your team has 20. And you have no idea how you're losing when you're capturing so many zones. So let's fix that. Pay attention and communicate. Don't tunnel towards the next zone. Capture a zone and then hold that position. Call out to your teammates where enemies are or if you're being pushed. Sometimes a simple call out can wake everybody up. Hold 2 zones and whichever zone is being pushed, rotate to help defend. If your team only has 1 zone, then either push completely as a team to capture the zone and then rotate back to secure your second. Triple capping should not be the overall goal. Only go for that 3rd cap if you have a team fight and the enemy gets wiped. Before we cover capture the flag, if you're enjoying this video and it's helping you in any way, please do me a solid and hit that thumbs up button. It only takes a second and it really helps me out as a content creator. So let's go over capture the flag. Both teams have a flag, grab the enemy flag, and return it to your own flag to score. First to 5 captures is the victor, or most captures in 12 minutes is victor. The tunnel visioning here is most obviously the flag. Your teammate will grab the flag, he goes down, and someone else immediately picks up the flag only to also get lasered. You're already at a numbers disadvantage if you're holding the flag and not engaging with your team. On the flip side of this, the enemy grabs your flag and everyone will focus fire on that flag carrier without the slightest bit of attention to the other enemies. Let's fix this. First things first. Whoever is holding the flag cannot shoot and is not an active threat. This means they are not the priority until all active threats are eliminated. If the enemy grabs your flag and they have teammates escorting them, then your focus fire needs to be on eliminating those other teammates, not the flag carrier. The only time you really want to focus fire on the flag carrier is if you have a numbers advantage. Now, let's flip the scenario. Your team has the flag. It's much easier to escort the flag when your enemy is waiting to spawn. Therefore, drop the flag and focus fire on those that are pursuing. Once you have the numbers advantage, then grab the flag and roll with it. I'll make a note here for lower rankings. You can probably get away with just grabbing the flag and running back to your base. However, in higher rankings, you must stop and wipe the enemy team to successfully capture that flag. Oddball. This is a highly debatable mode. Hold the skull to gain points, first team to 100 points wins. Tunneling here is literally just holding the ball until it's pried from your dead fingers, or pushing the ball carrier without paying attention to your teammates' locations. Let's fix that. Holding the skull is how you gain points. But if the enemy team has coordinated a big push towards your weaker side, then drop the skull and help your team. You are going to gain more points by dropping the skull for 7 seconds to help wipe the team than you are if you stand there for 7 points, get killed, wait on a respawn, regroup with your team, and then organize a new push to secure the skull back. Side note here, resetting the ball is always the best play, but don't just jump off with it. Throw the ball off and try to take someone with you. The third mistake is not grabbing a secondary weapon, additional grenades, or a utility item. Every single weapon in the ranked playlist is completely viable. Every weapon has its own strengths and weaknesses, and if you can adapt your playstyle by the weapons you have, then you will immediately become a better player. Go into training modes and practice with every weapon. You can also check out my weapons guide playlist where I break down each weapon and describe how to use it. I will link that above. Grenades are extremely powerful and can eliminate fleeing enemies or halt a heavy push. Regular and plasma grenades must contact a surface before the timer starts to detonate. Plasma grenades do the most damage. Spike grenades hit a surface, stick to that surface, and then detonate, throwing shrapnel in every direction. Dynamo grenades are the most powerful for choke points as it restricts movement and eats away shields very, very quickly. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down below, or you can hit me up during my live streams. Happy slaying. I got C. Good game.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Yep.
Well, plus 220 points.